welcome to Kitco News. I'm Niels Christensen. We're here at Mines and Money Toronto. I'm joined by Michael White, CEO and President of IBK Capital. Welcome.
Thank you, Niels.
So you were part of a panel discussion yesterday about marijuana and mining. Well, marijuana, cryptocurrencies, mining. Today's kind of an auspicious day in Canada.
It is.
Marijuana is now legal.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Does, everybody sort of talks about, capital fleeing the mine, traditional mining capital fleeing the sector and going into marijuana. Does the mining sector have to fear cannabis?
No, I don't think it has to fear it. You're right, an awful lot of money has gone into the cannabis sector. It has over the last many years, though. It's been legal medicinally in Canada for some time. Today's a big day because recreationally it's legal, so anybody can buy it now. You don't have to have a medical card. People look, especially in the junior markets where stocks are thin, they're illiquid, they look at a growing sector and they say, geez, that growing sector is taking away money from our sector. We're not new to this. We're not new to this on many fronts. I mean, mining is cyclical. We are going through a cycle. We've been through many years of a downturn. I believe that we're skipping along the bottom now and we're ready to turn. I think 2015 was the bottom. 2016 was a good year in terms of coming off that bottom. 2017 was flat. In 2018, well, we drifted down a little bit. I said in my discussion yesterday, there are reasons outside of cannabis and outside of cryptocurrency as to why we've had a bit of a pullback during the recovery, but that's completely to be accepted. It's normal behavior for any turn in a cycle, and so therefore, no, we don't have to fear cannabis. In fact, cannabis is it's a great sector, and it's big business. We've seen that with Constellation Brands coming into Canopy. I mean, it is a sector that's here to stay, I believe, and that will grow. But as miners and explorationists, we don't have to fear it.
Well, and I heard actually an interesting point from one of your colleagues yesterday as well, saying that as wealth grows from cannabis, as people see their investment from cannabis grow, as they take those profits, they're gonna need a place. It's gonna have to have a rotation.
Absolutely.
So
early players in any market, right? They have a risk reward profile. And that risk-reward profile is very similar to junior exploration and mining as it would be for cannabis, as it was back in the dot-com days. And so as their investments mature, as those investments that were made when the valuations of the companies were maybe tens of millions of dollars are now billions of dollars, they're going to roll that money out and they're going to look for the next $10, $20 million company in whatever sector that might be. Certainly if the junior mining sector is viewed positively and coming off the bottom, then yeah, that money will flow right back into the junior exploration and mining space.
Do we need a catalyst? Like, okay, we're flowing off the bottom. What gets us off the bottom?
As a backdrop, you need some stability in the metals prices. I think we have that. I mean, all the charts show that the metals are, they've bottomed out. We've had some stability along the bottom. They basically track the all-in sustained cost plus some sort of a margin, right? Depends on the metal. We've seen that. We have that. So now what we need some winners, right? We need some discoveries, and we've had some. We're involved, IBK Capital, the investment bank, myself personally, in Great Bear. We funded part of their $10 million financing, brought in Rob McEwen here back in September, and that is a great high-grade gold discovery in Red Lake, Ontario, right in our backyard here in Toronto, Ontario. It's right up, northwestern part of the province. Brilliant infrastructure.
Where Goldcorp actually has their...
Yes, and geologically, they can show that this deposit is similar to deposits in the Red Lake camp, similar to the Goldcorp Red Lake mine.
So IBK, from what I understand, it brings investors together. So the mining company comes to you, and you go out and look for the financing. Everybody sort of talks about this dearth of capital. What have you found? I mean, is it getting easier? Is it still pulling teeth to get funding for mining companies? I have heard it. It's selective. But what's, I guess, the general sentiment?
Well, we are coming off the bottom, so mining is tight. Where you had a good, healthy mix of institutional buying and high net worth retail buying, the institutional money is thin and far between. The high net individuals, as we've mentioned, they move into other sectors that are moving, where they can make the money that they want to make on these types of high risk investments. So yeah, the pool, if you will, or the audience of those that are interested in these types of stocks have thinned, as it happens whenever you have a consolidation in a market. But certainly the interest is there, because the best time to be buying is when these stocks are down. Warren mentioned, he was Warren Irwin of Rosso Asset Management. He was on the panel yesterday. He mentioned that back in the 90s, any junior company had a $100 million market cap. Well, right now we're staring at a landscape where any given junior exploration company has a sub $10 million market cap. So if you're selective and you pick on opportunities that are real, and everybody's metric as to what that means in terms of the stage of development is a bit different, but as long as you understand that the project is legitimate, management knows what they're doing, why wouldn't you invest when the stocks are at 52-week lows? You know what I mean? Or in some cases, 6-year lows. So yes, it's difficult to get money, but there are folks out there that they look for bargains. They have a very high risk, high reward profile, and this is perfect for them. So it's just a matter of finding them.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us here at Minds and Money Toronto. Stay tuned for more coverage from the conference.